I've been having a lot of conversations lately about being stuck in your life, stuck in a cipher, in a circle of circumstances that kind of keep you on a wheel like a mouse. Stuck to the degree that you can't shift. Today's discussion will be about the timing of a divine shift. That's off the head. And I'm going to tell you why. It's because, simply put, if you're stuck in a cycle of any circumstances, the only way to get out of that gear, think of it as a 5-speed vehicle, a stick shift. In order to get from gear 1 to 2 to 3, eventually to 4 and 5, you have to compress the clutch, let up on the gas, shift the gear, and then go back into acceleration. And in life, I think we often get stuck in places, we all do, that are difficult for us to create the shift. And remember, when you create the shift, you can't just ram into the next gear. You could ruin the gear. You can't just burn out one at a high speed without burning out the clutch. You have to shift to the second gear. So life is very much like that. We wind up either putting pressure against the gear or stripping the clutch, or stripping the gear and burning out the clutch. And that's kind of what happens, because in order for smooth transition, we have to agree that it's time to shift, and then we have to be willing to create the shift. Otherwise, we won't go to the next gear, and we will do damage to the current gear that we are driving in. Driving as in our life, the way things are going. Getting unstuck is easier said than done. Been there, done that, got the hat and the t-shirt. I completely understand. But there's no way in the world you can go through your life stuck in one gear when you know darn well that you're ready to make that shift and be happy at the same time. That shift must go down. What has happened to most people is that they spend so much time in one gear, there's this sort of fear that going into the next gear may make them miss what's behind them. And in your life, it's very much like that. You've got to create the shift. Anything that has you stuck, a lifestyle, your career, your relationship, your personal, professional development, one or either or both. It's really important that you first recognize that, hey, I'm burning out gear 1. I'm revving up in 2, and it sounds weird. It feels weird. It's not allowing me to go into the next level. I must do something about it. Now, here's the deal. No matter what you say to a person, no matter what you present to a person, no matter if you spoon feed it or shove it down their throats, it doesn't mean that they're going to swallow it so that they can digest it and be nourished from it. And it doesn't guarantee that if they swallow it, they won't regurgitate that valuable advice, that valuable insight, that blueprint to the next level, the guides and the direction. It could be all accurate, it could be dead on, it could be valuable, but until that person is ready to make the shift, it's not going to happen. Again, got the hat and the t-shirt. So you don't want to create discomfort when trying to help a person move from the first gear to the second gear in their life, or from the second to the third, then fourth and fifth, in that order. You don't want to create damaging episodes and damaging events that make it more difficult for them to shift, because now they're hiding. The only way that you're going to get to high school is to finish grammar school. And the only way you're going to get to college is to finish high school. And the only way that you're going to get to grad school is to complete your undergraduate studies. It's a process. There are levels. And the person must be willing to recognize that it's time to make the shift. And in doing so, trotting along, gaining the best, getting the best, and giving the best out of their current situation. The shift. The shift will better be embraced and executed when that individual gets to a place where they understand that not only are they stuck, they're self-destructing at this point. I've tried specific exercises to move others out of the stuck zone into the shift so that they can get into the next gear. But the resistance I experience is the very same resistance I myself walked in. I'm speaking from experience. The shift is upon you. And as frustrating as it may be, I think the best way to embrace the shifts that are coming, that present themselves in your life so that you can graduate and elevate to the next level, is to create a lifestyle that supports the shift. So that when the shift comes, you're prepared and ready to make that move. That means investing in yourself and investing in your mindset and investing in your body and spirit. I feel that when we as individuals nourish ourselves, nourish our bodies and our souls, we're better able to assess information, receive information, and act on the information gained in a healthier manner. So if you're a person that's stuck or have been stuck for a while and you can't seem to get out of that situation, you can't get out of that particular job or that career level, there are boundaries that keep you, you keep yourself there, you can't move out of that relationship or move that relationship into another level. Because let's take relationships for example. You either need to continue to grow individually and together, or if you find that you can't, you need to maybe dismantle so that that individual growth can take place and perhaps just maybe come back together. Or you need to create a relationship that is open to the shift. That means that together you're creating a healthy union, friendship, or whatever it is while you're walking with someone. It doesn't have to be romantic, but just relationships, and even relationships included, have to be healthy and in support of the next level for each individual and corporately. And so again, you're going to either create a lifestyle so that you're growing continually and naturally going into a shift, or do the work on that relationship to create the shift together. But how can two walk together if they don't agree? At the end of the day, it's a lot to think about. Creating the shifts in your life, or preparing for the shifts so that you could naturally go to the next level, to the next gear, to the next phase prior to self-destruction. I'm Sonya Ru. Thanks for listening. Find me at www.themediamixer.com. Take care.